Last week, after registering a buildup of military equipment near the Ukrainian border in the region of Moldova, Moscow warned the United States, NATO, and Ukraine against possible attacks in the region of Transnistria. So Russia goes on alert to prevent its territory from getting attacked. Our colleague from Brazil, de facto Sergei Monin, gave us more details from this information.
The Russian Defense Ministry announced on Wednesday that it avoided an attempted massive drone attack by Ukraine on the Crimean Peninsula, incorporated to Russia since 2014. Earlier this week, a series of drones crashed into Russian regions, even near Moscow, raising the alarm that Ukraine might be counterattacking inside Russian territory.
An attempt by the regime in Kiev has been thwarted. The goal was to launch a massive drone attack on facilities in the Crimean Peninsula. 6 Ukrainian drones were shot down by air defenses. 4 other Ukrainian drones were disabled by electronic warfare. There were no casualties and no destruction of property on the ground.
At the same time as the drone attacks, Russia has been seizing important areas of territory in the Bakhmut region, the current epicenter of the fighting in Ukraine. The government in Kyiv is aware of the difficult scenario for the troops in the city's defense.
The war itself has paradoxically entered into a phase of crisis. The war is going through a crisis. The war is a political instrument as a way of achieving strategic goals. It's no longer justified today. The parties have reached a dead end. They have reached a certain military equilibrium in which a quick or final victory of one of the parties is no longer possible. Therefore, of course, in order to destabilize the internal situation in Russia and to increase the cost for Russia, the Ukraine will try to transfer the war, at least the air war, to the territory of Russia, in order to increase the cost of this war for the Russian society and the Russian leadership.
At the same time, tensions have been rising over the past week in Transnistria, the pro-Russian separatist region of Moldova. After registering an increase in military hardware near Transnistria's border with Ukraine, Moscow accused the West of provocation. The US-based Institute for the Study of War believes it is preparing false flag operations to blame the West. There is a small Russian military presence in the region of Moldova, which maintains a large reserve of ammunition.
As the war in Ukraine is in a crisis phase, it is not possible to achieve political goals through military actions in Ukraine. There is still a great danger that the war will escalate and reach other countries, other regions. I believe that Ukraine can use the situation in Transnistria as an instrument of pressure on Russia. If Russia continues its offensive in Donbas, Ukraine could carry out its military operation in Transnistria, provoking a military defeat for Russia and pro-Russian forces, and have access to ammunition and technology.
Desde Río de Janeiro, Sergei Monin.